We are back from Oslo Business Forum and Simployer TV, and I am very happy to welcome Henrik Müller-Hansen from Gelato, the CEO of Gelato. And we're not going to talk ice cream.
Perhaps we can if you want.
Is that often a thing that people
everyone asks, yeah. Why the name Gelato? Yeah, everyone asks.
You're in the printing business, which is far from Gelato.
Yeah, but I wouldn't say we're in printing though. No, we're more in logistics, and we're a pure software company. So actually, printing is the outcome of what we do, but it's not a printing company.
No, because that was my next question. Because you've transformed the thing with the brochures that we need to have from our companies. Yeah. But can you quickly just wrap up the story?
Yeah. So. You know, there are tons of printing being done centrally today, and then you fly it out globally to the different locations. What we do is we use our software that's taken us like 10 years to develop, and we connect print houses and distribution partners and billing partners all across the world. And then these companies can print locally and distribute locally. So in a way it's like Airbnb, but for printing and brand management.
Sorry about the noise. We'll try to conduct the interview with the noise, but this brings us over to a well-used phrase, sharing economy.
Yeah.
And you've actually taken this to another level. How can other people see the niche that you've actually found?
Well, I think the whole digital disruption is about, you know, utilizing already existing assets in a more effective way. In our case, it's printing, but it's also distribution. And that's the enabler that software gives us. And then I would also add another thing, which is what has happened, wow, this is loud, but what has happened in cloud computing and our ability to kind of access at very, very low cost storage services, billing services, that has basically transformed the way a company like ours could go into a big industry and compete. So we can add a billing system, we can add a distribution partner at a very, very low cost all across the world, right? So that in a way, that's digital disruption.
But at the same time, it also challenges the way we lead. When you lead a global company, how has your leadership style been challenged in this way of leading?
Yeah, so I don't think I am good at narrativing my own leadership style. But I can tell you what I aspire to be as a leader. The first thing is I believe in servant leadership, where my role is to basically remove obstacles for people that I work with, so that they can go and do what they're really good at, and then have this curiosity, which I think you need in the age of digital disruption, right? That you constantly seek new ways of thinking around problem solving and seeking new knowledges, seeking new partners. So also fertilizing that curiosity throughout the organization, that's important for me.
But when it comes to employer branding as well, which is important, you want people to come work for you. You attract people from all over the world wanting to work for Gelato.
Yeah.
And this is something you've been working with for a long time.
Yeah.
What's the secret?
Well, I think number one is being genuine, and really you have to be able to explain the purpose of what you're doing. I think the next generation, they don't want only a good salary, a high bonus. They also want to feel that they actually contribute to something that they understand and that makes meaning for them. And I think that's what I think that's what we're good at.
But also digital leadership is something you perform every day.
Mm-hmm.
And I read something about that you launched your product in Australia without a single person present.
Yeah.
How do you let go of the control that one would think you might need?
I don't have that control need or control issue. I more have, I focus on hiring the right people and then just letting them go and do what they're really good at doing. And when we launch a new market, it's kind of a replica of all the other markets we have launched. So it's not like we of course there are individual challenges with each country, but in the end, it's a lot of the same problems we solve. And then we do a lot of the online marketing, over Google, for example. we manage that from our different offices, right? So in principle, we actually don't need a person or a team locally in a market in order to launch or conduct business there.
But it seems like you have leaders without borders. You don't really pay attention to borders because you can operate the whole world from. Do you operate everything from Norway, or do you have people placed around?
No, we delegate quite vividly, to our different offices, and in one way, we don't have much borders in terms of how we lead, how we build a company. But in other ways, kind of the value we bring is due to the fact that there are borders, right? With immigration, with import taxes, and items getting stuck in custom, So our business model is also thriving in a world where we now see more and more protectionism and trade wars and the need to bring production local. So the paradox here is actually in a way benefiting our business model.
I think we have to end on that note due to the noise. Thank you so much for being patient.
Good.
And we'll be back from Simployer TV very shortly.
Okay.